If you want to learn how to make a skip stage button, then like this. So if we prompt it and we purchase it, as you see, we get one stage, and if we buy it again, of course we could buy it again, then as you see, we get another stage. So if you want to learn how to make skip stage button, then watch this video till the end. This is a re-uploaded video because the other video wasn't very good because I forgot a few things and there was a lot of bugs with it. So if you want to learn how to do that, then watch this video till the end. Roll the intro then. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is make our developer product. So basically what a developer product is basically, okay, let me tell you the difference between a Game Pass and a developer product. A developer product is basically like a product that you could buy multiple times. So it's basically like if you want to make a purchase coin system, then it's kind of like whenever you buy it, you could rebuy it, and a Game Pass is something you can only buy just once. So if I just get out of my full screen, I see the game that I was doing skip stage tutorial. So basically what you do is you press create new and then call it skip stage or something. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. Skip stage and make it like 25 and then press create, but I already made one, as you see. And you don't have to do an image file, but if you want to, you can. And then you have to copy the ID with copy, or you just press Ctrl C to copy it. And then well, now that we got that out of the way, well, actually, let me show you how to get to that site. If I just go to my develop and then the game, then you just press configure displays and then developer products. So that's kind of how you do it. So now we're gonna make our button. So I'm gonna go to my starter GUI and add in a screen GUI. And I'm gonna call it skip stage GUI. And also, just disclaimer here, when we hit 350 subscribers, I'm gonna be teaching you how I make my videos, and at 400 subscribers I will be doing a giveaway for 1,000 Robux, and I will be smashing my face in with a cake live on camera. So yeah. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video, share with everyone you know, and hit that bell so you get notified whenever I upload again. So yeah, we're gonna add a text button, and I'm gonna call this skip stage button. And due to my plugin, this one, the Auto Scale Plus, I have size and scale, default, anchor point, text scaled, and remove border size pixel by default. So then it immediately just fits to my screen. I'll link it in the description so you can get it if you want. So I'm gonna put it like right here, or just like this, then like that. So it's nice right there, and I'm gonna make it this nice green color. And I'm gonna add a UI corner, and I'm gonna make it like 24. So it looks like that. It looks real nice. Then the font is gonna be, let me just do source sans bold, and then make the text color white and text stroke transparency to 0. And the text is gonna say skip stage. So we have a nice little button right there. Yeah, and so now we're gonna add some leader stats, like our skip stage thing. So or our stage level. So I'm just gonna add a script into a script service, and I'm gonna call it stats. But later in the video, I'll add a data store because I know people are gonna be asking for that. Because even though I made like millions of videos, probably it's not a million or something. I made a lot of videos about data store service. I will maybe make a new version of it. So I'm just gonna do local players service equals game get service players. And then I'm gonna do player service player added connect function player. So this will run whenever a player gets added. And I'm gonna do local leader stats equals instance.new folder. Leader stats.name equals to leader stats. And leader stats.parent equals to player. So basically we're making a new folder called leader stats inside of the player. And I'm gonna do local stage equals to instance.new number value. Stage.name equals to stage, and stage.value equals to 0, and stage.parent equals to leader stats. So we make a new number value called stage, and it's going to be stage 0 immediately. So if we play the game now, I see my stage is 0, and if I check my player, we have leader stats and then stage. And also, if you don't want to show it up in the player list right here, just call your leader stats or something. And then when we play, actually, it won't show up in the player list, but we still have our stage value. So yeah, but I'm just gonna keep it to leader stats, but you can do whatever. So now we have our stats. So I'm gonna add a local script to my script stage button, and I'm gonna call it purchase skip stage client. So okay, so I'm gonna do local players service equals to game get service players service or players, and then local marketplace service equals to game get service marketplace service. So the marketplace service is used to like for say if they press a button, you can like prompt something for like Game Pass or something. So I'm gonna do local player equals player service dot local player. Now, just to say, local player won't work in server scripts because a local script we already know who the local player is. So basically, it's like a difference between server script and local script. Local script is something that will only run for the player, and server script is something that will run for every player. So we won't know who the local player is. But since this is only gonna happen for this player, the player that's gonna press it, then we'll just do that. Alright, so, and then we're gonna do local product ID equals to our product, or so you could just do control and then paste, or you just do control V to paste that in. And then local button equals to script.parent. So we're gonna do button mouse button one click connect function. So now this will run whenever we press the button. And now we're gonna do marketplace service prompt product purchase to the player, and then the product ID. So basically what we're doing is when they press the button, we're gonna prompt a product purchase to the player with the product ID. So if we just test this out, but first we need to do game settings and then security, and I always turn all of them on, but I would do allow third-party sales, so we can purchase items. But I always turn them all on because I can. It's my game. And then in the workspace, you could just do that too. But you don't have to do this, but I like to do that just in case. And then press Alt P to save, or just press File and then Publish to Roblox. So if we test by pressing F5 or this button right here, as you can see, if we press it, now we get our would you like to buy skip stage button, and if we buy it, nothing happens yet because we haven't coded anything to happen. But we, as you see, we can buy it as many times as we want. So now we're just gonna code the actual adding a stage, but we can't just go into here and do player.leader stats or stats.stage.value plus equals to 1, because 1, even if he press it then they don't buy it, we still don't get it, and it's local sided. So if he change the stat, so basically if we try and buy something like on a shop, but we do it server-sided, nothing will happen. So we always make sure to do a server-sided script when we add some cache. So no, we're not gonna use a remote event. I'm just gonna add a serve script to serve script service. And I'm gonna call it market handler. So this will go like in your game as like everything that you want to do when you want to work with marketplace service. So we're gonna do local players service equals game get service players, and local marketplace service equals game get service marketplace service. So we do that again, and now we're gonna use something called process receipt. It's basically when they finalize a purchase, or a purchase gets finalized, then this function will run. So we're gonna do marketplace service process receipt equals to function receipt info. So the receipt info holds all the data like the player and the product ID. So we're gonna do local player equals player service get player by user ID receipt info dot player ID. Now player ID is basically the player that purchased it, but now if anything gets purchased, we just we get this will run for every purchase we make. So we want to make sure this is the skip stage one. So we're gonna do if receipt info dot product ID is equal to this, then our developer product. So if the thing we're buying is our skip stage, then we're gonna check if not player. Then so if for some reason the player's not there anymore, we're just gonna return enum that product purchase decision to not processed yet, because the player's not there. So we don't want anything to happen. We don't want to take Robux from them. But if there is a player, then we're just gonna do player the leader stats dot stage dot value plus equals to 1. Or you could do is equal to player dot leader stats dot stage dot value plus 1. But I always do plus equals to 1. And then we'll just return enum the product purchase decision to purchase granted. So if there is a player and we added their value, then we grant the purchase has been granted. They've finalized the sale. So yeah, if we try it out now, and don't try it out in a real game because then it'll actually take Robux from you. But in Studio, it's just a test purchase. So if we just press skip stage and I press the button, I see I get one stage. And if we press it again and we buy it, I see we are on stage 2 now. So yeah, our whole skip stage is done. But now we're gonna go on to the saving system, because I know people are gonna be asking for it. So let's go to our script, and we're gonna do local data store service equals to game get service data store service. We're gonna do local players left equals to 0, and local stage data store equals, well, actually we could just do currency data store. So if in case you have like another like value inside of you, so like coins, we don't just make separate data stores. We could just have one data store that holds all the currency, and like one data store to hold like tools or something. So I'm just gonna call it currency data store equals to data store service. It's our data store service, and then we're gonna make a new data store called currency data store. And when a player gets added, we're gonna do players left plus equals to 1. We're gonna use players left in case there is one player left and the server shuts down immediately after they all leave. Then the player might not they might not have their stats saved, so their data gets corrupted. So we're gonna do local stage data, and it's just gonna be a blank variable because we don't have to set it to anything. We're gonna set it to something, and a blank variable is basically just a value that's nil. I mean, you could just do is equal to nil, but I like to do it like this because it looks more cool. And then we're gonna make a pcall function like this. So this is where we'll get our stats and load in our stats. And basically a pcall function is in case data store service is down, it's gonna like say it like gets down, the data store service is down, then we could still it's not gonna just bring a function or a error or warning. It's just gonna keep it as the last one they had, so it's just not gonna run otherwise. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's a player call that, but I don't know. So we're gonna do currency data store get async player user ID hyphen stage like this because the string, and then we're gonna do if stage data is not equal to nil. So if there is something stage data is let's just do it to nil, then otherwise it will bring an error. So if there is something saved, then we're just gonna do stage value equals to stage data. So we're gonna set the stage value to what we saved. So this is all of our loading in. So now we're gonna go on to the saving. So we're gonna do local bindable event equals to instance.new bindable event. This is for later. I'm just gonna quickly add that in. So player service player moving connect function player. So this will run whenever a player leaves the game. So we're gonna do pcall function. So when they leave, we're gonna do currency data store set async player user ID to their stage, and we're gonna set their saved stage to what we have right now. So we're gonna set their key is their stage, the player's stage, and we're gonna set it to this value. So how much, or what stage we're on, or something. And we're just gonna do bind players left minus equals to 1, bindable event dot event wait, and then print saved. So we're just gonna remove the one of the players then, and we're gonna fire this event. Actually, we're not gonna do that event wait. We're gonna fire this event. So after we saved, we're gonna remove one of the players or one of the number values, and we're gonna fire the bindable event and print saved. And now we're gonna do game bind close function. So this will run when the server is about to shut down, and while players left is above 0, do. So if there's still some players in the game, we're just gonna do a wait like this, and we're gonna get the bindable event to hold basically stall the shutdown until the player has successfully left the game. So that's our saving done. So if we just save and make sure you have enable API services on, enable some studio access to game service such as data stores. So if we just save that and we play, and if we skip stage, as you see, we have 1, and if we leave and rejoin, as you can see, looks like we didn't get it. Let's see what the problem was. Get async player die. Let me just pause it for a second. Alright, so I figured out the problem. We have to do stage data equals to the currency data store get async. So we have to set the value to what we or the variable to what we have, and then if it's not equal to 0, then we could just paste that in. So if we test this out now, and we skip stage, and we leave, and we rejoin, see, now we have our one stage. So now we have 2. And if we leave and rejoin, as you see, now we have 2. So that was it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. And also get us to 400 subscribers, please. By the end of the year, at least. Please, I really want it. Okay. So yeah, just like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see any new scripting tutorials by me. And I'll see y'all next time. Sorry for the voice guy. Goodbye.